Going to record and welcome. Here we are. Let me get this going. Again, glad to have each and every one of you here. I promise to do my best to make your time with us worthwhile. As you know, we're working constantly without end to continue to add value to the Community Support Network. And tonight, we've got some special information that I'd like to share with you. And I can only hope that you are perhaps half as excited about it as I am, which would be quite substantial at that point. So that being the case, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to present an updated overview of what Community Support Network is all about. And we're going to jump then right into the big announcement of the new profit center that we're rolling out, which we fully anticipate is going to turbocharge your passive cash flow, which is what we're all about here, Community Support Network, or at least to a large degree. And in addition to that, we'll be able to turbocharge your existing Community Support Network activity, all right? This, we anticipate, will be a true magnet to allow you to attract people into your CSN network. And so tonight's presentation is geared, for the most part, to our existing members. And if you're here as a guest, you are certainly welcome, because you're on the cutting edge of some new and exciting developments. So it's very opportune for you to be here with us at this point in time. So let me get straight into it. We've got a good amount to cover tonight. And Community Support Network, you know, in this particular slide, talks about being about independent financial support. Well, it's really about much more than that. The key word is independence. Independence from many of the things in today's society that limit us. They limit our time, they limit our opportunities, they limit our financial wherewithal. People are conditioned to fit as a cog in the wheel and really accomplish little to no more than the bare minimum. Critical thinking is not encouraged. Critical analysis, independent thinking, problem solving, stepping out from the crowd and being different is frowned upon. So everyone is really psychologically conditioned to conform, to fit into the farm, with the herd in the corral, all right? You know what I'm talking about. So the Community Support Network is much more than just talking about finances, all right? Tool, the stepping stone that really create true independence so that you can spend your time as you like. You are location independent, that you can manage your affairs, your business, your family, your projects. And today, read the news headlines. Never before in history has that been more important. We've got hurricanes, we've got fires, we've got riots, we've got economic blight going on, we've got lockdowns, we've got more obstacles to freedom than we've ever had before. So independence from being stuck in a given location, independence from being limited in finances has never been more important. So the need is there. So we're filling a need that is universal around the globe. All right, so that's first and foremost to understand. So let's dig into this a little bit further. Okay, key elements to independence are, number one, knowledge and information. You've got to have the proper knowledge and information to process that knowledge so that you can accomplish specific goals, okay? What you get in school, it's not enough. You think you know everything you need to know. Maybe you're a college or university graduate. Maybe you have advanced degrees. That's great. And congratulations if you do. But you know what? There are a heck of a lot of really smart people that have a wall full of degrees that, quite frankly, don't have much of a clue. You know what I'm talking about. So we start with knowledge and information that you can't get in most places, all right? This is what we bring forward in CSN. Now, to add to that, you need to develop contacts and relationships. We're talking about independence, which requires entrepreneurship, being active in your own business, being master of your own destiny, captain of your own ship, okay? Business is all about having the right contacts and relationships to support you in your endeavors. All right, nobody is an expert in everything. You're going to find one area to be really good at, perhaps several, and then you're going to surround yourself with a team of highly knowledgeable individuals, highly accomplished professionals, and people that have solutions that are not status quo. They're not run-of-the-mill. All right, they're not institutional solutions. We're going to be thinking out of the box. And these contacts and relationships that you will develop with CSN are exceptional. The people that you will associate, again, are well-heeled, out-of-the-box, creative thinkers, which is what you need if you want some kind of different results than what everybody else is getting in this world, okay? You know, I've moved out of the States, and sometimes I see photos of suburban residential areas, and I just cringe, really, because it's just one cracker box after the next. And some of these are very expensive homes, all right? And so, you know, my point is, if you want to break from the crowd, you've got to do something different. You got to start thinking differently. You've got to start hanging around the right people, right? What was Grandma's saying? You've heard it, I'm sure, many times, that I can tell you exactly who you are by the people that you hang around, right? You've heard that, all right? So if you want to rise above the crowd, you need to hang out with the right contacts and develop the right relationships, okay? So let me please ask everybody, please put yourself on mute so I don't have to go back and forth and interrupt the presentation. Please check, make sure that your mic is on mute. Thank you very much. All right, next, looking at opportunities and strategies. Tonight, what CSN presents in the way of a variety of opportunities. And do those present us with the chance to develop a portfolio of business interests, but we also get very involved in strategic application of the opportunities that we have, all right? So having something is one thing, but knowing what to do with it is entirely different, right? All right, so those two things go together. Having an opportunity is not going to do you that much unless you have the proper strategy to apply it in your life. All right, and you're going to see how so many things come together for us here in CSN. All right, and last but not least, we need to talk about team players and leaders. Again, who are you hanging around with? Do you have successful people that have been there and not only done that, but are doing it, so that you can have confidence that what they teach and preach is going to help lead you to get the kind of results in your life that you're looking for. So that's something that we have to evaluate. You have to evaluate whenever you decide to associate with any particular group. Who's really involved? Who are the team players, and who are the leaders involved? Okay, we're going to get a little glimpse of that here this evening. So key elements, and this is what we're presenting in CSN. So CSN is really a network of communities. We have 9 different communities as it stands right now. All right, so as far as CSN goes, this is the gateway. This is the gateway to everything else that follows. And you're going to see that in just a minute. All right, so CSN is the gateway. And in CSN, we start associating with the right kind of people. We start sharing the benefits of this network with others. We want to grow this network. We want to share the wealth of knowledge, of opportunities, of contacts, of leadership, of all of the things that are necessary to create independence. We want to share that with the world, and as we do that and our community grows, we all benefit from being a stronger community. Would you agree? I mean, if we're sitting around with, 3 people sitting around a table in a coffee house, I mean, that's one thing. But when we've got networks around the world of people that are coming in with diverse life experience and expertise, information that they've learned through a lifetime of trial and error, we can all benefit from that. And so we're building a community. We ask everyone who joins CSN to share this with at least 3 people. And believe me, there are millions of people out there waiting for you to present this to them. They're waiting to learn about something that we have right here in CSN. So that's a minimal request that we have. Everyone share CSN with at least 3 people. And when we do that consistently, we start to see the power of exponential growth. And that exponential growth just adds to everything else that we're doing. Okay, so you're going to develop a network in CSN. And as we move into other opportunities, that one network that you built one time and is continuing to grow will follow you into opportunity number 1, and then opportunity number 2, and then opportunity number 3. So you'll build your network once, and you're going to profit from that network several times over, and big. You'll see that in just a minute, okay? So CSN is the gateway to everything else that we're doing. So this is community number 1. CSN, one last point, does have a 3x10 gifting program set up on a 3x10 matrix. So again, everybody generates 3 referrals, it grows, and right off the bat, you start generating direct contributions that are sent directly to you. It's not paid out by any company. There's no middleman handling you direct communications in the manner that you determine. Maybe you like to receive it via PayPal. Maybe you want to receive a postal money order in the mail. Maybe you have a merchant account and they can use their debit or credit card. Maybe they have gold-backed cryptocurrency and they can send you gold-backed cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. How do you want to receive your donations? All right, you decide, and those donations come directly to you with no middleman. So right off the bat, we've got an opportunity to start creating additional cash flow, which can be used in a number of different ways, which you'll see coming up, okay? That's the idea with CSN, the gateway. And so in CSN, you're going to learn about Strategy 2020. So what's that? Strategy 2020 in this community, look at it as a chessboard, okay? A chessboard has different pieces that have different functions. They function differently differently on the board. They have different powers, different benefits. All right, and the whole objective is your team of chess pieces will work together to accomplish the team objective. And so in Strategy 2020, we've got different pieces that are a part of this overall strategy. And you're going to manage those pieces like you manage a chessboard to achieve the ultimate objective by the team. All right? So keep that in mind. Strategy 2020 is a concept of utilizing different opportunities, different tools, different strategies together for a common purpose to help you achieve the main objectives that we have. A, passive cash flow, economic independence, time independence, location independence. Okay, they all work together. So that's what we mean when we refer to Strategy 2020. Think of it as the chessboard, and we're filling that chessboard not with pieces, but with tools and opportunities. Okay? So then we have a community called the Crypto Corner. This is one area that everybody needs to be up to speed on. There's a lot of folks that are still behind the curve on how to use cryptocurrencies, learning about it. What are they? What tools are available? How do you make money with it? Can you trade it? How do you store it? How do you transfer it? Which ones should you get? This community in Crypto Corner is going to be excellent for the beginners. It'll take you from A to Z and how to get fully proficient and conversant in the cryptocurrency space. It'll also be very helpful for those who are advanced in cryptocurrencies, because we're bringing you the latest, most advanced tools, strategies, platforms, debit cards, exchange mediums, and the list goes on. Okay, so this is a space that grows every day with opportunity and new technological developments. So when you want to stay abreast of what's going on in the crypto world, the Crypto Corner community in our community center is one which will help keep you abreast and fully up to speed on what's going on in the crypto space. Okay, very important that we're all up to speed and dealing with the latest technology, innovations, and strategies as it relates to cryptocurrencies. Okay, very important community for all of us to be involved in. Then, this is one of my favorites, the Gold Emporium. We all know, right, that gold is money. And that money is worth a heck of a lot more than a lot of that fiat paper that's floating around. All right, now there's much more to gold than meets the eye. These days, again, with technology, with blockchain, with privacy, platforms, automated trading, merchant accounts. All right, maybe you have a business. Wouldn't you like to get paid in gold instead of fiat currencies? There are ways to do that. Wouldn't you like to have a cryptocurrency that's backed by gold and would be stable in terms of its value, not wildly swinging up and down on the price charts? Okay? Wouldn't you like to have a personal relationship with a Swiss gold dealer who could help get you a European bank account number where you could hold not only gold but fiat currency with privacy? There are so many things that come into play when we're talking about gold and the different ways to use it, to manage it, to spend it, to save it, to exchange it, to use it as money privately without reporting to every agency on earth, which is what happens when you deal with the banks. This is one very serious area that is available to us as an alternative banking, along with the cryptocurrencies and other areas. Okay, so this creates so much opportunity when you start learning about all the ways that you can use gold. And who doesn't want to have a nice little stash or stockpile of gold in one or more places around the world, right? So this community delves into all of those areas right here using CSN as your gateway, okay? So that's the Gold Emporium. Then move on to professional trading. This is fascinating because no matter what happens to the economy, no matter what happens to lockdowns, no matter what happens to your employer, no matter what happens to the currency in the nation that you live, the markets will always exist. And as long as those markets are there are fluctuations, there are imbalances, and what does that mean? That means there are profit opportunities. We have arrangements that can be made where professional traders can start to work with some excess cash, savings, investments that you may have that you would put into a private international trust, and that trading can be used to develop a high level of growth. Typically, the traders that we deal with achieve double-digit growth every month. That's 10% or more. In some months, they've done multiples of that. So talking about growth, passive cash flow, professional trading is something that is basically economic proof. It's election proof. It's economy proof. And you can take advantage of it when you jump in with CSN and learn all about it. All right? So those markets are always there. And again, that leads us right into the discussion on personal and private independence. Okay? So we want to generate as much cash flow as we can and put that into some kind of growth vehicle that will help us accomplish that. And professional trading is one of those vehicles. Okay? So that's the professional trading community. A lot of information. There are documents to download, videos, chat, information, links. You'll learn a lot in this community on the trading scenario. All right, we'll talk more about that here in a minute. Then we go to the legal self-defense community. And so you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with financial and economic independence? Well, it has everything to do with it. Number one, it's one thing, if you're successful enough to make some money, that's great. All right, the next question is, how are you going to keep it? You've thought about that before. It's, compared to keeping your money, making money is easy. Keeping it is the hard part. So when you understand that governments are broke, they're all bankrupt, literally. And what do? They look for customers, and they go out onto the street, or they go knocking on your door at home, or they go looking for you in your business. Bureau rats, administrative functionaries that have never earned a dime in their life outside of a job, don't have any idea what it means to be independent, what it takes to run a business. They're out there looking to grab people by the scruff of the neck and haul them into court so they can assess fines, fees, penalties. Then we talk about the tax man. About that, the horror stories are beyond imagination when it comes to over-aggressive tax collectors stealing from the citizenry. So we associate with the Lighthouse Law Club, which is a self-study, self-help educational organization with loads of resources to help people understand how to protect themselves, how to preserve their rights. And what's included when we talk about preserving your rights? That includes your property. For example, Lighthouse Law Club has an IRS freedom course. Shows you how simple it is to eliminate income taxes from your life, legally and lawfully. It's very simple. All you have to do is understand the law, stay compliant with the law, structure your affairs in accordance with what the law allows the rest of your life. It's a simple statement. Some people don't believe that. Some people think, oh, there's something shady about that. There's something wrong with that. There's something illegal about that. No, the people who say that only say that because they're ignorant of reality. They've never studied the law. They don't understand how to apply the law, and they're basically brainwashed. Once you know what you're doing, it's easy. It's simple. Talk to Robert Kiyosaki. He talks all the time. He's got thousands of properties that he owns and rents. Thousands of properties. No idea what his net worth is, but I would probably suggest he's pretty close to being a billionaire. Just a guess. He brags about the fact that he pays no taxes. He's got his own radio show. He writes books. He does seminars, conferences. So, you know, if he can do it, there's no reason why you can't do it. And so we associate with the Lighthouse Law Club. People get involved with the Lighthouse Law Club for a lot of reasons. It's a $2,000 membership fee, lifetime membership fee. All right. And so as a member of CSN, you'll have the opportunity to have access to the Lighthouse Law Club for free. All you need to do is help us spread the word. Get a couple of referrals in CSN who each have a couple of referrals, and you get the free membership to the Lighthouse Law Club. Save yourself $2,000 right off the bat, as far as that goes. So that will be an extremely powerful resource to help you move forward in your business affairs, knowing that you can also handle your legal affairs. Make sense? Enough on that. Let's move on to the art of financial privacy. And it says here that without privacy, there is no security. So in this community, again, we're focusing on learning how to keep what we've made and to keep it private, away from prying eyes. You know, these days they want to brainwash people to think that, oh, well, you know, transparency is the key, and why wouldn't you want to be transparent if you got nothing to hide? My response to that is, well, you know, I'm not doing anything wrong. I believe in God. I have a moral code. I believe in helping people, not screwing them. And yet, I've got everything to hide. Why? Because my business is nobody else's business. It's that simple. All right, start to think about how many nefarious type of individuals are out there looking to get an edge, no matter how they lie, cheat, and steal to get it. And just think if someone knows where all of your assets are. Think if they know what your income is and where it comes from. Think if they know your medical records. Maybe they know the meds your spouse is on. Some of the troubles that your children have had. Maybe they know some of the interactions that someone in your family has had with police and law enforcement. Think of how those things can be used to leverage against you. And people are doing it. There's a lot of folks that think to themselves, well, I don't need to worry about legal affairs. I live a quiet life. You know, I do everything correctly. There's no reason for me to get into trouble. There's an awful lot of thieves out there looking to steal from wherever they can. and they'll lie, cheat, and steal and compromise you with whatever bit of information they can get to squeeze it out of you. And a lot of lawsuits begin not because someone has done anything wrong, but because the easier way to get out of it, the way for the defendant to settle the matter with the least amount of pain is simply to settle out of court, which means you've done nothing wrong, but you're going to have to pay just to stop this whole nightmare. Okay, so you get the point. Without privacy, there is no security. And in this day and age, privacy is almost a thing of the past. In this community, you're going to learn how to maintain the ultimate in privacy in your affairs, which is going to enhance your security and long-term sustainability. Let's just put it that way. Okay? So that's the financial privacy community. And information like this, you're just not going to find anywhere. With the contacts and relationships that we have, the strategies, the tools that are available, you're just not going to find those anywhere else, at least in such a combination as what we have here. Okay? So that's unique to us. Now, almost everything we do in Strategy 2020 is business related. We show people how to become independent business people, entrepreneurs, self-directed, self-sustained people who can get rid of their job and become independent. Now, to a lot of folks, that's a scary thought because they've got no experience in that. They've got no training in that area. And they feel exposed and vulnerable when they don't have the comfort of a secure paycheck coming in every week or 2 weeks. All right? So that's a mental conditioning that has to be overcome. And not only do we get into mental conditioning in the success training community, but we'll take people step by step on what it takes to be successful in the things that we do. So it's all broken down, step by step. And it's very simple. It's very simple. The only thing is, it takes work. You're going to have to work. Some people don't like that word. But if you have the capability to set your mind to something, we're going to help our members achieve success and show you how to do it step by step. And that's our success training community for business building and entrepreneurship. All right? So that's that. Now, last but not least, we have the World Mission Church. Who or what is a World Mission Church? You never see anybody making a business presentation and bringing spirituality into the mix. That's traditionally a no-no. However, we realize that we're dealing with spiritual matters. Spiritual warfare is what we're dealing with in this world today. Our enemy is not the government. Our enemy is not the central bank system that has everybody broken in debt. All right, our enemy is not the other political party. These are all symptoms of a much hotter war going on at higher levels in the spiritual realm. And so World Mission Church is non-denominational. We come from any denomination. We're unregistered. We're not registered with the government. We're totally free and independent, serving as disciples and ambassadors of Jesus Christ. And as an ecclesiastical society, we study the teachings of Jesus, which are two things: to love our God the Father with all our heart, mind, body, and soul, and to love our brothers as we love ourselves. Now, if that's the main focus of where we're going with this, how can anybody argue with that? What is there to dispute? What is there to shy away from? And let me just be specific. We're not talking about religion here. World Mission Church is opposed to religion. Religion is man-made doctrine, man-made dogma, set of rules. All right, the people who belong to that doctrine have to follow. We're not religious. We're against religion. We are spiritual. Spirituality has to do only with connecting directly with the Creator. And so, with that in mind, with all of the obstacles, all of the enemies, all of the flaming arrows that are being shot at each and every one of us every day to keep us down, physically, psychologically, financially, we're dealing with spiritual warfare here, and the World Mission Church's mission in this mix is to help provide the spiritual strength and guidance so that we can overcome these obstacles and deal in this war on the battlefield with strength, confidence, and faith. So if you're opposed to that, well, then this probably is not the place for you. On the other hand, we don't care where you come from in terms of your own faith and belief system, but all we want to do is help support and reinforce you with whatever that is from our perspective. We want to provide you the extra ammunition to fight that spiritual battle on the battlefield. All right? We're not demanding allegiance. We're not requiring that you quit whatever organization you might currently be involved in. The World Mission Church is here to supplement and to complement whatever you're currently doing with additional ammunition. Okay, fair enough? So that's an important part of our mix, and that really is kind of a central pillar in all that we do. And it's just unavoidable. This is exactly contrary to what most anybody in traditional modern day business would ever recommend. They'd say, you're crazy for, delving into this area and mixing this in with your business interests. And our approach is, you're crazy if you think you're going to have success without it. So choose your team. I guess that's what it amounts to. Okay, so CSN is all about you. It's about you being in control of your time. Everybody who has a job is giving their life away. They're exchanging it for peanuts, for an hourly rate. You're giving your life away. All you have in your life is your time. That's all you have. And the more you give away, the less you have for yourself and the ones you love. So that's an issue. We're all about you being in control of your destiny. All right? Our Creator, your Creator, has a divine destiny for you to do great, spectacular things, to achieve things that perhaps you never dreamed of being possible, of being in a place in this world to help others, to be a light in the darkness. This is your destiny. Are you achieving that? CSN wants to help you achieve that destiny. All right? You need to be in control of your wealth. That word, to most people, connotates some level of financial success. Well, that's a part of the equation, but that's not wealth. Finance is only a part of the equation. The time that you have available to pursue your personal interests, help the people you love, is a big part of that. Your psychological well-being is a big part of that. And that comes from all the circumstances that surround you that we're already talking about. So you see how everything ties together. All right? Finances are only a part of that. And we want you to be in control of multiple streams of passive cash flow. Why multiple? Because if the one dries up, and they do, companies go out of business, they reach maturity, start a downward trend, economic or political circumstances change. Things come and go in this world. So it's just like an investment strategy where you need to diversify in order to spread risk. It's the same thing with your cash flow. You can't rely on any one source to live on because it could be there one day and gone the next. So when you've got diversification of cash flow streams, you've got more security, don't you? All right. So that's what CSN is all about as far as that goes. All right. So now let's move on to our big announcement. We're going to talk about the passive cash flow. Let's call it a turbo boost for those of you that have been with us in CSN for a little while. All right. Some of you have done really well. Some of you have meandered a little bit and wondered, well, what can I do to really get this thing moving to the level that I'd like it to, right? That's the whole idea. We want to get you and CSN to the next level as quickly as possible. So that's the purpose of what we're doing here, which I'm going to explain to you right now. So today we've added a new component to Strategy 2020. All right, again, CSN is the gateway to Strategy 2020. Remember, the chessboard. This is a new piece that we're putting onto the chessboard. And we look at it really as the best path to economic independence. Why? Well, a lot of folks get turned off to various so-called income or business opportunities because it requires sales and recruiting. Well, this requires no sales. All right, this particular business requires no recruiting. Does not require a large investment. If you can handle $99, you're good to go. It captures the power and leverage of compounding profits. Let's say you made $100 today. You use that $100 to make $120 tomorrow. And you know the old story, taking a penny and doubling it every day. That's the power of compound interest. That's leverage. All right, and this is something we can do with this new piece on the chessboard. All right, so you can begin making profits almost immediately with no knowledge or skill. And anyone can profit without experience, as I said, or knowledge, or a big, long learning curve. And I'll show you how. You can operate this activity from your phone wherever you are, which gives you complete location independence. So wouldn't that be great if you knew how to make money from wherever you were? Let's say you're on the West Coast and you're caught up in the fires. Your house burns down. Now what? Your business, your employment, your job, place of employment burns down or is flooded out by the hurricanes. Millions of people are going to be going through that. What do? You've got to be able to operate a business from your phone wherever you are. Let's say you take your credit card, you get a plane ticket for Costa Rica, go find a nice palm tree on the beach somewhere, do your business from wherever you like. That's location independence. That's freedom. All right, so this is what we're talking about here with what I'm about to introduce to you. Okay? So what is it? Get to the point, Mark. Tell us what this is. This is Tradera. It's an educational trading academy where people can learn to trade. All right? And there's much more to it than just learning to trade the markets. With Tradera, as our new chess piece on the chessboard, you've got trading education. You've got a whole system for learning how to trade the markets. We're talking about Forex, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, stocks, CFDs, futures, the whole gamut. Okay? Learn to trade the markets. The markets are always going to be there. Your employer may not always be there. Follow me? Tradera sends out trade alerts. So even if you know nothing about technical analysis, They have experts who will send you trade alerts onto your phone and tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to take profit. And we go then to the live sessions. You've got live training sessions where you can go on with the traders and have them show you what's going on in the market and how to deal with those market conditions in a live session. That's live training. I think a pilot in a hot seat. Okay. You'll have access to market forecasts to have some idea what to expect in the markets ahead of time. There's a 2-week training syllabus, so you can get through the training in 2 weeks if you follow the syllabus, okay? 1 point at a time. And there are different trading strategies that you will learn on how to profit in the markets, all right? So these are skills and tools that no one can take from you. Once you learn this, this is something that you'll have for the rest of your life. Highly valuable, all right? So in TradeEra, there's also another way to make money beyond learning to trade and doing the trading, and that's team building, all right? Just like your CSN gifting program, it's a 3 by infinity matrix, where if you share this opportunity with others, and there are millions who are looking for it, you can build a team and in so doing generate a tremendous amount of cash flow. And you're going to see that here in a minute with the comp plan. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is share with you a short video that comes from one of our leaders in TradeEra. She's a teacher. She was a teacher for 14 years and stopped teaching, obviously, when the lockdowns came upon us, and there was nobody to teach in the school. So since that time in March, she's built this business up and is currently generating over $100,000, not per year, but per month. So think about that. Think about that. 14-year school teacher making $100,000 a month. So let me put this down. Go get that video and listen to that. We'll do 10 minutes of it, and then we'll open up for comments and questions, all right? So this is a longer video, about 30 minutes, but I'm only gonna do about 10 minutes. And I'll tell you where to get more information later if you want to, okay? So we got the sharing going. I'm gonna play this and then expand it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. I wanna introduce you guys to my twin sister. Her name is Reagan Lynch. She's on the left, my better half. My name is Megan Lynch on the right. We consider ourselves to be social entrepreneurs. You can look it up, it's a real thing. Social entrepreneurs believe in social change. We don't just make money to be making money. We make money to be catalysts for change, innovators, change agents, economic development and progress. There are a lot of people out here that are, you know, marching and preaching and doing all these things, and I love it. I love anybody who's willing to get off the couch and go outside and try to make the world a better place. However, when you put your picket signs down and you go back to work and you're working for 40 hours for the next 40 years and you have nothing to leave your kids, that's a problem. What I want to focus on is breaking generational curses. I want to focus on generational wealth. So we dream big over here. We hustle a lot harder than we dream. So I do want you guys to understand that I used to teach high school for 14 years. I'll spare you all the details. I ran a program for boys, got a $100,000 grant. My principal stole my money. I wonder if he gets on my calls, if he's ever gotten on. But he stole my money, $100 grand. And I got a lawyer, because that's what people do in the United States. We will sue you in a heartbeat. I got a lawyer, right? And I went into a big to-do with the school system, and they ended up firing me anyway. February 1st, 2016. I met a millionaire. God is good, right? I met a guy who was making $798,000 every 30 days. And I took a lot of notes. And here we are, right? So we came into this company. I do want you guys to understand that right now I'm only looking for a select few of you. I'm looking for the 1%ers. The 1% will do what the 99% won't do, which is be focused long enough to see changes happen in your life. Be persistent enough to get punched in the face a couple times and get back up. And you have to be consistent, right? This is not going to be a get rich quick, but I'm telling you right now, if you follow instructions quickly, because many people over here have come into this program and done really well. I do want to throw this out here. We are not a gifting program. We're not a susu, but I do absolutely love those groups because they believe in cooperative group economics. They believe in coming together, circulating their money together, kind of like Black Wall Street, but we accept everybody. I don't care if you're red, yellow, black, white, it doesn't matter. If you really truly believe in unity and you believe that we have the power to make some changes, if we have a little bit of money, right? Nobody listens to poor people passing over opportunities repeatedly, right? People don't listen to those types of people. They listen to people who want change and who take action. And that's my group over here. We surround ourselves with people on the same mission. I want to give a shout out to my 18-year-old son. He's one of the first people to partner with me, and he's 18 in high school, just signed for his first car, right? Cash. And he's making $10,000 a month in this program, and he's still in high school, right? I do want you guys to understand that my why is bigger than anyone can imagine. I watched kids die in the streets, his age, chasing fast money. I ran a program for boys called SOS, the National Help Symbol. And I was taught that when you do all that you can, right? When you do your best, God does the rest, right? I was doing the best that I could to raise my son, to raise my daughter. I have 2 kids. I'm a single parent, right? Hard knocks, I'm telling you. And I got through. When I got fired from my job, it was my 18-year-old son who kept us afloat. He was selling Fruities and Gatorade and candy at school, making $160 a day. And he kept us afloat. And that was the one son I wanted to say, right? A lot of my students didn't make it. They died in the streets. So when my son was 5, I started SOS, Saving Our Sons. Now he's 18 in this program, making $10,000 a month. He still needs to pass English, though. You guys can get on him. I used to be an English teacher, so you can assume. I'm kind of upset about that. But I can't even knock him because he didn't pass English, but I was making $3,200 a month teaching high school. He's over here making 10 bands a month, and he's still in high school. So I want you guys to understand that not only did he do it, my twin sister came into this program. She had her 3rd open heart surgery 2 years ago, came into this program in March, making $12 an hour, and now she's at $20,000 a month. In 7 days, my sister quit her job in this program. 7 days. She hit $5,000 a month. She didn't give it 2 weeks notice. She kicked over a few trash cans and gave them the peace sign and quit her job. Then she hit $10,000 a month. Then she hit $20,000 a month. She's almost at $50,000 a month. I came into the program, did the same thing. I hit $5,000 a month in 4 days, $10,000 a month in 2 weeks, $20,000 a month in 6 weeks, $50,000 a month in 7.5 weeks, and then I hit $100,000 a month, $25,000 a week in this company. Now listen, I am not telling you guys this to brag and boast. I'm telling you what's possible when you're open-minded. I'm telling you what's possible when my sponsor was at $10,000 a month. Give Dominique some love in the chat. Dominique, I called her actually. She was at $10,000 a month in March. She just hit $200,000 a month, $50,000 a week 2 days ago in this company. She's 29, out of Texas, and she's a trader. So I want you guys to understand that those of you guys who want to learn how to trade, Dominique, don't get it twisted. She is a trader. She was making some really great money trading, told a few people, and it came around to me, came into this company, and we knocked it out of the park, guys. And we just got over here. During the pandemic, we did this. So we have a company called Tradera. So write this down because I know some of you guys are like, get to the point, lady. Tradera is an online trading company. It's a college. Write that down. Tradera is a college. We teach money, right? We teach you how to be independent traders so you can trade your currencies, US dollar, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, when you refer a few people, you can start to leverage your time, and Tradera will share the revenue with you. They're going to pay the majority of the money right back if you bring them students, and they're going to pay you $500 to $1 million a month. I want you guys to understand this is not a moment in time. I don't get into companies and hang out for a minute and bounce around. I'm looking for a company that can provide us with an opportunity to grow our people. Tradera is that company. It's a movement for us. So all I'm going to ask you guys to do is two things. Listen with your heart, make a decision whether or not you want to partner. You should have already decided, but you don't know how much it costs. I do want you guys to understand that our program is the most inexpensive program that exists, and our value is so high that it's almost laughable, this program, right? The amount of money and the value that you get from this program, ladies and gentlemen, is through the roof. So let's talk about it real quick. So Tradera is an online educational platform run by two 24-year youngs. Now that would make most people afraid, but Cody went to college at age 16 on a
So she gets into the complete company presentation at that point. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. Those of you who are already members with us, you can go into our community center. You'll find a couple of videos that will give you the complete presentation. All right, so that's available. You can understand the compensation plan. So let me just make a couple comments in closing. Number one, I've had people tell me, you know, Mark, this looks great, but for me, I'm really busy and I just don't have the time to learn the trading and to spend the time in the markets doing, you know, this, that, or the other, and to actually be doing the trading. So the time just isn't there for me. I can't make that commitment. And you know, that's fine, because there's another side to this business opportunity, and that's building a network, building a client base. This will be a profit center for you in your CSN portfolio. All right, so here's the deal. Millions of people are looking for this, and whether you want to trade or not, I highly recommend you do, and if you can, it's going to be a tremendous value to you. But let's just say you're not. Add this as a business center in your Strategy 2020 business portfolio, and so as your CSN members start coming in, 3 by 3 by 3, they will follow you into the Tradera program, most of whom will want to trade. Some may not, but they'll see the opportunity in simply having their CSN network follow them in. And the big money that she's talking about, $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, is in the business building. It's in building a team and helping that team to succeed. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. So let me tell you about the strategy. This is a pre-launch. We haven't exposed this to the public yet. You've heard of the first mover advantage, right? What we're doing right now is we're taking key individuals who are serious about this and positioning them so that when we roll this out to the public, that you'll get some benefit from that, okay? So as the numbers start rolling in, you will be strategically positioned in a way to have at least some of that activity accumulate and start growing your team. Now, that's not to say we're going to do all the work for you. No, we're not. Everybody needs to carry their own weight, all right? But we're working as a team, and we're building success in each other as a team. All right, so as you get positioned in the network with priority positioning, AKA first mover's advantage, we're going to help you build your team as best we can so that when we roll this out to the masses, then you should benefit from that. So now, as far as CSN goes, if this is something you want to do, and you should, we want to keep the structure intact. In other words, the genealogy structure of CSN, all right? So if you want to move forward on this, what we're going to ask you to do is contact your sponsor in CSN and tell them what you want to do to plug in, and then you can plug in under your sponsor, all right? We want to try and keep that intact as much as possible. Some will, some won't, okay? Give your upline a chance to get in so we can keep our structure intact. And that way, your CSN downline will do much the same and provide you a similar amount of respect in that regard, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in an email address. If this is something that looks appealing to you, I want you to let me know and we'll contact you. And what we're gonna do is we're going to have you contact me directly. And in the process of doing that, we're going to try to do our best to keep the genealogy structure intact, and we will place you in the team that we feel would be most suitable for you and the team that you're going into. And we'll do the same with you as we start to roll this out. So right now, this is a CSN members only meeting, right? So we've got what, 450 members. There's 50 of us here tonight, basically. We're gonna try and get through this placement phase. And once we get through with that, we're gonna roll this out to the Lighthouse Law Club, and also going to roll this out to my email list, which I've been building for several years. It's over 5,000 people, and that'll still be in pre-launch. All right, so being in pre-launch basically means we're positioning people right now in preferred positions on our team so that when we go live to the public, that you'll have some advantages in being one of the first movers, okay? Let me make sure I get my email address correct. Putting that in the chat. Now, I understand that perhaps there's more information you'd like to see at this point. As I mentioned, there are 2 complete videos in the community center, the CSN Community Center. Go there, you'll find them, review those, make your decision. All right, yes or no, it's up to you. You know, all we're interested in is to find out who's serious about success, and we're gonna work with those people. All right, once you've decided, yes, I can do this, I can afford $99, which is all it takes, you'll send me an email to that address I just put in the chat, admin@pcfpanama.org, with the subject, Tradera. And with that, we'll be in contact with you with further instructions. Okay? So that being the case, that's the procedure to move forward. All right? Go to the community center, look at the videos, get the full information, see the comp plan. And what's beautiful about this in the comp plan is once you qualify for a certain rank, you start getting paid on a weekly basis consistently. And so long as you have 3 active referrals, number 1, to begin with, you want to get 3 active referrals right off the bat because that waives your $99 monthly subscription. Okay, so we want to get you 3 active referrals within the first week, really, you know, but certainly within the first month before renewal comes up. Okay, and then once you achieve certain ranks, you'll see in the comp plan, you get paid on a weekly basis. And once you achieve that rank, so long as your subscriptions, your client base remains active, you don't go back. All right, you're locked in for life at that level with a weekly paycheck. It's beautiful. So that's how we get started. So at that, I've done all the talking here. Let me open it up for some comments or questions that you might have, and I'm sure there are probably plenty. It's already going on a little over an hour. We'll take a couple questions if you have any, and I'll wrap up my end of the presentation here. So if you'd like to speak up, just your name.
Hey, Mark. Greg Gary here.
If there's more than one.
From Vancouver.
Greg.
Hello, hello.
Oh.
Greetings. Hello, hello. Hey, where on csn.world are those videos?
It's not there. It's in the community center. It's in the community center.
What's the website for that again?
Oh, what you can do, log in to csn.world, log into your back office.
Yeah.
And click updates.
Okay.
And you'll see an announcement about the community center. But I can get it for you. Hold on.
Mark, is that the strategy2020.connective.network?
I believe so.
Oh, it's that strategy.
Strategy2020.
Yeah.
.connective.network.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it. Yep. Confirmed. You people have no idea how many websites and URLs I have. It's more than the average bear. Let's just put it that way.
Sorry again. Strategy2020.connected.
Yeah, I'll drop it into the chat for you guys.
Thank you, man.
Connective, yeah, connective.network. Strategy2020.connective.network. There you go. And if you're not a member, you can register, provided you're a CSN member. This is members only, please. A members only exclusive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoops, don't want that. Very good. So that's it. Yeah, a couple good videos there, and we've got a lot more information. So things are already moving pretty well, as you can tell. So this is something people need, folks. Think of the market potential. How many people working at home now that are not going back to the office? How many people unemployed because the businesses they work at closed? How many business owners are looking for something else to do because they couldn't sustain the lockdown? I mean, never before in history has this market been so wide open. And have we had such an answer to the problems that are out there. So huge potential. And we can see that the way people are having success in the program. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, comments and questions. Oh, that's the doorbell. Doorbell's going off. Okay, folks. Well, you've got it. It's all there for you. I hope that's been helpful. I hope to see you on the back side. We'll get you organized, get you set up. We'll help you build your team. And this is only the beginning, folks, with CSN. We've got a lot more to come. And we'll just take it in bites, okay? A little bit at a time. And this is quite a mouthful as it is right now. So get this done, get set up. We'll get you set up on a good team. We'll help you build your team. And we'll move on and build this strategy 2020 and get this chessboard, all the pieces moving forward at once. So we have an army advancing at high speed. All right. So that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, your energy, your assistance here.